Peace, love, and life, family. It's Essie. How's everybody doing today? I brought you guys a video telling y'all I was going to do some up potting today on my citrus fruit trees, and I'm undecided if I should put my persimmon in a pot or just dig that hole in the ground and see what she do. But again, she is still asleep, so I think what I need to do is possibly soak her in some water and then transplant her in a pot or transplant her in ground. I have all my amendments and pretty much my pots ready. I'm using the organic potting mix. Let me see if I can move that over for you guys. So this is what I'm using to do my up potting for my citrus trees. And what I like about this potting mix is it has worm castings, and that's the first thing that I noticed on there. It is very light and feels good. So I'm gonna see what that does. But I saw this technique on someone else's video, another gardener's video, where they crushed up pieces of like clay pots and put them at the bottom, because you know citrus don't like wet feet. So what I decided to do, because I seen that too, I decided to take some of my peat pellets that I put outside. Ooh, hold on you guys, my dog might not come over my tree. And so I got some peat pellets from out in the yard. And again, I seen another gardener do this technique as well, where they use peat pellets. Since citrus don't like wet feet. And so I put maybe 1/3, 1/4, about that much in there of the peat pellets. I'm sorry, the peat rocks. And I'm just gonna put some of my, well, let me get my cup so I'll bust it open. So I'm gonna fill her up with some of this good soil. And what I'm going to be doing is up potting my calamondin that has tended to fall over from the winds that we were getting. And it looks like it's just straining. And she may have a fungus called spot something. I noticed my little oranges is having these little black spots. It's called black spot something. And they say that happens when branches break off. And you know the fungus can get to it. So I'm not sure if she's gonna make it, but I'm gonna try and possibly nurse her back to health. I even thought about even cutting her back all the way down and see what happens. So what I'm gonna do is add I'm gonna add some kelp, and then I'm gonna mix that in, and then I'm gonna add some azomite in there. Don't need too much, I don't think. And hopefully she'll continue to bloom. And I'm gonna put some of my calcium in near my eggshells. Y'all know I like to grind up my little eggshells. And I'm gonna put some citrus, just a little bit on at the bottom so that the roots can feed off of it. And then I'll top dress it. So I'm just gonna mix that in real good, so that when the roots start to spread, they have all that good nutrients down in there. And I think she'll be just fine. I don't know how long I would be able to leave her in this pot, but we're about to find out. So this is the calamondin that kept falling. And again, I got my first orange off of it. It was tiny, but you know, it was pretty good, and still got some nice looking oranges on there. But again, it just looked like it was suffering. So what I'm going to do is take it by the trunk. And what I'm going to do is actually, I was thinking about maybe cutting that back. Yeah, see, it started to look like it was getting root brown or just suffering. So what I'm going to do is just sit her in there just like that. And I'm going to peel off some of these, like just tickle the roots so that it has some room to start spreading. And then I'm just going to backfill on the sides and try to leave some of those roots a little bit exposed so they can feed. But I'm going to drop some more of this azomite, this rock dust in there, so those roots can get some of that good mineral. I need to read this because some of you guys that's new to gardening probably say, what is azomite? It's actually it's a power grower, and it's filled with a lot of different, you know, minerals from the earth, and it's super good for your plants. So I'm just gonna backfill and hopefully give it some stability over here, and water it in really good. And I think she should be fine, because they say you want your roots to have some type of exposure, the feeding roots, and I can still see some of the feeding roots. And I know once I water it in, the soil will settle down some. So that was an easy task. But again, I have to water her in and make sure I press her down and get some of those air pockets out of there. And hopefully she'll be okay. She looks a little bit more stable. She was like leaning to the left, like Trina's song, Leaning to the Left. I don't know if some of y'all know about that song. But yeah, I think once we water her, she should be good. She got a lot of nutrients in there. And I'm gonna top dress it. I really probably should do all my fruit trees, but some of them, they just look fine, but they probably could use an up potting because they're still in the nursery pot. And the nursery pots are so cute, so I really like them, and I can tell the difference because they all have different colors. Like the Calamanda got an orange pot, the Lemon Quart got a green, the Lemon Meyer has the yellow. But again, they really probably do need to be up potted. So I think that's what I'm just gonna do. And I'm hoping to hear from Lead Farmer 73 about this persimmon. I'm thinking I should. So that's the finished product, you guys. Again, I added the peat rocks at the bottom so that the feet don't stay wet, because citrus don't like wet feet. I added some kelp and some azomite and my potting mix, the organic potting mix, which has worm castings in it. And I think it'll do just fine. And what I'm going to do is water her in. I'll bring up my hose and water her in real good. And I think I'm just going to step out on this one and just go ahead and do the persimmon. Because she just hasn't woken up, and I really just don't know. And I'm thinking to go ahead and up pot her, give her some water, and maybe she'll begin to wake up. But I know some people say you could scratch the thing to find out if they're okay. I'm not sure, so please, you guys, drop me a line and let me know something, please, so that I don't harm her if I need to put her in the ground. But I know Lead Farmer 73 said that the persimmon trees do not like to be all that moved around and stuff like that. So I think even if I have to move her around, she'll probably be okay. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and fill up my other pot with the peat moss. And these are the ones actually from out underneath my trellis. And what I did was, well, the rain did it anyway. Since I didn't have to open up another bag of peat rocks, which was a good thing because the rain washed away pretty much all the clay. So that was a good thing. So these are ready, and guys, I really think that's just what I'm gonna do. while I'm at it, I'm gonna up pot the other calamondin and probably my lime, because one of them is just going crazy. One of them is going crazy. I mean, growing like crazy. My other calamondin over here seems to be doing really well. Don't seem to be suffering any. But again, they are still in their nursery pot. So I forgot the up potting size that they say you should do. Okay, Mink, you can't knock over the trees. It's my dog. He don't want to stay in one spot. So again, I'm gonna add just about 2 handfuls of my kelp. I'll put in a couple of drops of my azomite. And I've seen people just take the azomite and pat it around the root system. I've seen people do that. I don't know. I'm just trial and error, but I believe that they're going to be just fine if they have some of it. And just a handful of this citrus feed. And they'll be able to have all those nutrients and for the roots to get to. And it should be just fine. So I'm going to come over here and get my other calamondin and my lime quat. So you guys look. The lime quat is going crazy. Y'all see that? She is going all sorts of ways. So I'm considering pruning her. It may be too soon to prune. Somebody could drop me a line and let me know if it's too soon to prune. I appreciate it. So again, I'm gonna just pull this out by the trunk. And the food in this one is still looking really good. And see, that is an awesome fit right there. Put some of this over here. Get her in there tucked real good. That is actually a really good fit for her. And then I'm just gonna backfill. But what I'm gonna do like they say, like I see a lot of people do. They take that azomite and they just rub it around there like that. And kind of tickle those roots. Kind of wake up those roots. And then I'm just gonna backfill. But she should be fine. And again, you wanna make sure you leave your roots where they have some type of exposure. And I'm sure once I water this in, those pockets will go down. Yeah, she went in there with no problem. So I think it was definitely time to up pot. I just didn't want to because the pots was looking so pretty. Yeah, so this was the calamondin pot. And I'm going to find some other use in this. Even if I start some more plants, some more citrus trees, I could usually, I can actually use those same pots so I can identify my citrus trees, because I do plan on getting more citrus. And that went in really well, you guys. And I think she's gonna be fine. And I'll show you, I got my little coasters from last year. I guess we just gonna go ahead and rock out, Joe, and up pot them more. So I got these coasters last year to sit my fruit trees on. And again, the peat rocks are in there, the organic soil. And put some kelp, a little handful, some azomite. And just a little spoonful of this citrus feed. Mix it up. Mix it up. Again, pull that tree from the trunk. Get it out that nursery pot. Squeeze it. Some of these you gotta be careful, you guys, because they have thorns on them. So there you go. Yeah, I think she wanted to be out of there too. So nice fit right there. And again, I'm gonna tickle these roots and sprinkle all that azomite over there and loosen them up. And then I'm gonna drop some more. That's the kind of stuff that the third child will do. He's off to work and forgot something. So y'all excuse him. That's daily life, y'all. Okay. So let me move her around. Now this one, this is the lime. This is the lime quat, which is it actually looks like the lemon Meyer.
Alright, Mom.
Okay. Love you too.
Yeah, knocked over your bowl.
Yeah, I figured that. Oh yeah, that's okay. So I'm just back filling. And again, some of them you have to be careful. Like this one has thorns everywhere. I think they're gonna be real happy. And I'm just gonna do a little top dressing and sprinkle that in there. Kind of fork it in. I'm gonna use my fingers. Put a little bit more. These thorns on this one is something serious. Let's see, where's she at? Yes, this is the Lakeland Lime Quat, and it's actually yellow as well. It looks like a lemon. So that's the Lime Quat. And I don't know, you guys, she may need a pruning because, like I said, she all over the place. She just shooting out branches everywhere. I'm going to sit her over here. And let me get one more. Okay, you guys, I'm back, and I'm actually gonna bring my other one over here. And I'm gonna give them all a good drink of water, and they should be good. Okay, so this one over here is the lime. And the lime is going crazy too, you guys. It has such beautiful growth. The leaves are shiny. I don't see any problems with this one. But again, I think they just all need to be up potted. So what I'm gonna do is actually do, let's see, we got, okay, so I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this lime quat done. We got our, what's the name over here? And I can actually just pick her up and just go ahead and toss her in there. Soil. And put some kelp. Hey y'all, I don't be measuring stuff, so y'all, if y'all real tech savvy like that, y'all could go right on ahead. But I told y'all I'm a freestyler gardener. I just like to get stuff done. So if y'all want to be real tech savvy, y'all can use your little measuring spoons or whatever y'all gonna do. But I kind of eyeball a lot of stuff, and I cook that same way too. So let's get this bad boy in there. That's that Meyer lemon, you guys. And again, she's still in her nursery pot. So we're going to get her on out of there. And yep, she looked like she was about ready. And I just hope that These are big enough pots. They say, I forgot the size you want to go by. And let me get some, rub on them roots over there and get some of that azomite in there. Let's see. Tip her over like that. Get some of this azomite in there. Yeah. A little bit more. Okay. She's looking good, you guys. And again, I think she's gonna be just fine. I guess sometimes when you get your little citrus trees, they look so cute in these little colorful pots that you don't want to disturb them. You're actually afraid to disturb them, but they have to come out of them eventually. And I don't know if I would have to up pot again, maybe come fall. I don't know. I'm gonna do some more research and see. But for the most part, I think they're gonna begin to thrive in here, because they say you don't want to up pot them to a super big container and cause them to kind of drown or something. They say if you go too big, I believe they say you want to go like possibly 2 inches from where they at now, something like that, 2 inches. So look, she feels good in there. And I'm gonna put some citrus feed on top. I'm gonna work that in there. Remember, your feeding roots is up top, so they say don't cover them that much. So I'm just gonna put like a little thin layer around it, and then once the water settles, it should be just fine. All right, you guys, so that is 3, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean these up. I might even put my marigolds in these pots, you guys. Now here is, let's see, here is the lime, and what I see with the lime is that probably the lime could maybe stay in here a little bit longer. I don't know what she's looking like, but she looks good. But let's see, yeah, she might need to come out. So what I'm gonna do is go down and get some more peat rocks and up pot her into this next one over here, and I'll bring that video back to you guys and finalize my up potting on my citrus. Be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. When I finish video on the up potting of my citrus. As you can see, I topped them off with I forgot my calcium, my eggshell, so I topped them off with some calcium, and that is the finished product of my calamondin, my lime quat, my lemon mire, and my lemon, and there's my other calamondin. That's the one that I'm a little bit worried about, but hopefully she'll bounce back. Hopefully she got enough nutrients where she can fight this so-called fungus that's called black spot something. Some of you gardeners may be familiar with it. If not, I will have to do away with her, or try to cut her back and maybe seal up where I cut her at, and maybe start from scratch. But you know, overall, if not, if it's a loss, it be that way sometimes in gardening. You take losses. So, but we're gonna see what she do. So those are my coasters that I brought, and they on wheels. And what I'm gonna do is get some what you call them, little saucers to put at the bottom of them to collect the water, but they may not even need that, because again, citrus do not like wet feet. But yeah, you guys, I wanted to bring that finished video to you guys, and I'm going to begin to sow some more seeds in my red cups, and I'll bring y'all some footage on that. Okay, this is Essie the Gardener. Peace.